So we're here today doing an oil change in an XR drive, Bravo drive, and we're doing the oil change with some Amsoil Severe Gear 75W-110, and this is a 388 Hustler, and it's got 700 horsepower Whipple charged 509 cubic inch motors.
That's huge.
So we are going to do an oil change in the XR drive and swap it out with some Amsoil Severe Gear oil today.
So Gary, I know why you're using Amsoil, but the viewers would probably like to know why are you using the Amsoil over a Mercury branded product or over anything else for that matter?
We're looking for some oil that has a little bit better lubrication qualities than the stock Mercury synthetic oil. And from what I've read,
SB's holding that there. Perfect.
The Amsoil gear oil has a superior reputation over, from what I've read, on the Mercruiser gear oil. So with the amount of horsepower and torque we're putting through these stock XR drives, it's above and beyond what the recommended manufacturer's specifications are. So we're looking to try to get every ounce of life out of these things we possibly can.
Yeah, you said 700 horse in each engine, right?
Yes.
With the blowers on there, yeah. And we'll get a shot of that later. But by the way, guys, this is Gary and SB. They're kind enough to show me this, and he's been using. How long have you been using this? About 4 or 5 years now. The Amsoil.
So the Amsoil, I started buying it about 3 years ago.
3 years. Perfect.
And we've been using it ever since.
Awesome.
We use it in the boat and we use it in our race car as well.
Very good. Very good. And there's also, I talk about it in another piece, that the technology, the additive technology in that bottle it was developed through Amsoil's work in the wind industry.
Oh.
Amsoil is now in about 50% of the U.S. wind market, so just a little tidbit there.
There you go.
Pretty cool stuff.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, first part of this, we're going to pull the prop. I've already loosened the nut, so to get to the drain plug on an XR drive, you pull the propeller off, and once you pull the propeller off, there's a drain plug right here underneath the bottom of this, as you can see.
I would have never known that. Cool. If everybody can make that out. We got a lot of natural light in here. The sun's shining in. While Gary's getting his tools ready, why don't we take a look at these engines real quick and the actual boat itself. This thing's hard to tell where it begins and ends. It's huge. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, it's like a show boat. Check out these engines. Check out the Whipple chargers. A lot of power there. Very good. Okay, and
ready, Mike?
yep.
Okay, here we go with the drain plug.
Look at that, still nice and clean. But that's how he likes to do it. He changes it. Do you change it about twice a year, you'd say, or?
We do it every 20 hours.
20 hours, okay.
Since these are actually new rebuilds, the oil will actually get changed at 10 hours.
Okay.
Just so we make sure that everything is properly going well with the inside of the drive.
Absolutely.
A good way to catch problems going wrong is to do an early oil change in the beginning. That way you'll be able to see on the magnet, which is this little guy right here, of any metal that might be going inside the drive that will be accumulating here on this magnet, as you can see. So anyways, the magnets in a drain plug that they use on the Mercruiser drives accumulate metal and will give you an indication of how healthy the drive is. So if you have a lot of metal that's accumulated on this magnet, then you might want to pull the drive off and take it to a drive service center and have them pull the drive apart to find out what's going on, because obviously if there's metal on here, that's coming from somewhere, and it could
Yeah.
be from either gears or bearings going bad inside the drive. But obviously you're looking at this magnet here, there's hardly anything on it. It looks like what we call hair, which is normal on,
Perfect.
on the magnet.
So you would say the Amsoil is protecting your drive to, you know, the best you found that anything can do. So
Well, I would say that the magnet is telling that.
okay,
That the magnet is
Perfect.
telling us that the lubrication that we're using inside this drive is doing a great job, because there's no metal, there's no pieces of bearing or gear that's on this magnet here that's showing up, which would typically be indicators of something going wrong inside the drive. And we all know that when you don't have the proper lubrication on surfaces that are being used in a severe application, things go south real quick.
right, good deal. All right.
So all right, we're going to fill this container up with some oil. And the Bravo XR drive holds about 2 quarts of oil.
Good to know.
Oh shoot. Don't do that.
Sometimes that happens. You hate when it happens because it's not cheap stuff. No, that's how I feel. Oh, it goes right back in where you took it out of. Okay. I had no idea. So how do you know it's full? You just put in a certain amount and that's that?
Okay, so there is actually an observation plug here on the side. We're gonna
Okay.
pull that out.
Perfect.
And that will tell us how much more to put back in.
Okay. Where's that plug
It's
at?
going to be right over here on this side.
Oh,
There's a little inspection hole right here, and through that hole there's
Good.
actually a plug.
let's see if we can get that. Yep, right there. See that slotted screw? Okay. That's good to know. So this is just me asking silly questions. You can't add through that hole?
No.
Okay.
See, the oil has to be pumped up through the bottom, because you don't want to have any air pockets in this whatsoever.
Good thinking. This is why he's doing the work, people, and I'm not. No, this is good to get this, this is a whole new thing for me, boats and everything, so. It's just cool because Amsoil makes products for so many things, so many applications, and it's, sometimes we limit ourselves to just a handful of products. And
So we are pumping oil into the drive, and as we put the oil in, as you can see, it's running out the inspection plug. So that's telling us that it's full. So we want to stop there.
there it is.
And
Oh, that smells good. I know I'm weird, but
we can put this plug back in. I got big fat fingers, but I think I was able
me to get that?
to reach in there and get it started.
need SB to get it going. Some people do not like the smell of gear oil, and I don't know. I think Amsoil, it smells like quality to me.
Go ahead and snug it right in.
Okay. Okay, snug.
Snug? Okay, good. All right.
Perfect.
Now come back here.
All right.
Put the plug in. And you want to kind of do this fast, because as soon as you pull this hose out, it's going to want to run out.
Sure.
And so it's kind of like change. Here we go. Bingo.
All right. stuff. All set. Okay, then we'll clean up a little bit and get that prop back on, and it'll be good to go for 20 more hours. So this Amsoil Severe Gear, it's available in the 75W-90, also 75W-140, and there's a couple extreme grades for like rock crawling. I think there's a 190 and a 250, something like that. They're very thick, very you know, for like you got an off-road extreme vehicle, something like that. But just go to my website, number1synthetic.com, and you can order it there. You can sign up as a preferred customer to save about 25%. So, but yeah, you're getting the technology of, you know, intense research, intense. Amsoil has their own mechanical testing lab. They don't rest. They don't. Good enough is never good enough. They're always working to make things better. And that's the amazing thing to me is with the wind industry, that, you know, the big names in oil weren't able to make an oil that would protect those wind turbines, and those are multi-million-dollar pieces of equipment. So to hear that Amsoil now has secured about 50% of the U.S. market is telling of their quality.
All right, so drain plug's in, oil's in, and we're putting the prop back on, as you can see.
That's a beautiful prop. I'm sure you've researched all that too, and it's got the proper angles and all that.
Pitch and rake, yes.
Cool. I knew there were terms, I just didn't know them. So I'm thankful for Gary and Espy and their expertise and experience in this you know, brand new area to me. Now you also, cool, that's it?
That's it.
Okay, so nothing too crazy, you don't want to crank it down too tight, okay.
There's a nylon nut on that holds it in place so it doesn't spin.
Perfect. Did you have anything to mention as far as the shock loading when the boat is versus being on plane and coming up and down? Is there anything to add with that?
We try to keep what they call the boat in the water, the propeller in the water, because with a 10,000-pound boat like this, as you leave the water going over a wave and then it enters the water again, it is a shock on the drive lines, especially on these drives. So we try to keep in the water as best as possible, but when you're in one of those situations where somebody next to you is trying to race you and the water might be a little rough and everybody on board is trying to egg you on, it can be difficult sometimes. But we do our best.
Good stuff. And so, yeah, hopefully the Amsoil, the film strength and all that is protecting as best as can be. All right, well, thank you. All right, guys, and before he pulls it out here and we fire it up, run some water through it, let you hear how this thing sounds, I'll just share the verse of the day. So 2 Corinthians 5:21 says that God made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might become the righteousness of God in him. And we know that's talking about Christ. Christ knew no sin. He never sinned. He did what none of us could do. He lived perfectly for 33 years, where none of us can do that I can't do it for 33 seconds. And on the cross, God the Father, we know from Isaiah 53, God the Father, you know, poured the wrath that sinners deserve on Christ. So we can be forgiven. God is a righteous judge, but he can forgive because the sin, the debt has already been paid by Christ. So he calls you to turn from your sin and trust in the finished work of Christ and not in your own righteousness or not in anything else. So thank you. All right. So this Dodge Ram here with the Cummins, they also have the gear oil in that and in the transfer case, and they're gonna pull this thing out and we're gonna hear it run. All right, and Espy is bringing the boat out for us. Wow, look at that. Is it ever gonna end? Oh my word. Look at that. That's a nice rig. Okay.
Alright, so we are topping off the fill bottles here of the XR drive.
Man, I am learning so much today, Gary. This is really good.
Once again, it's Amsoil Severe Gear.
Yeah, only the best. Look at these superchargers. This is crazy. I can't wait to hear this thing start up.
Okay, cool. Good.
Sir. All right, here they go. Firing it up. Oh, nice. Very nice. Very nice. That's the sound of power. That's just one of them. I'm ready. Hear what this thing sounds like for a minute. Wow. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Sounds good. That's the sound of the power. Very cool. Man, that sounded good. 700 horsepower, and that's just one engine. So you can get Amsoil products at my website, number1synthetic.com. Sign up as a preferred customer and you're saving money, about 25%. Depending on how much you order, you'll probably pay for the membership fee in the savings on your first order, depending on how much you're ordering. If you order over $100, you get free shipping. So anywhere in the US and Canada. And yeah, number1synthetic.com. There are accounts if you want to use this in your fleet of vehicles, if you want to sell and install it in your shop, automotive shop or otherwise. And I'm always looking for more dealers, more people who want to join with me and, you know, selling Amsoil and joining my sales team. And thanks, guys.